Good morning. There's a couple things I want to look at in our lab testing class this morning. The first thing that we're looking at right here is a core sample. This is a sample that's being removed from, actually it's removed from a parking lot area just outside of J.T. Russell & Sons, one of their facilities, their lab testing facilities. We're going to be in that facility today, and we're going to be looking at some different tests that they're running. But I thought it was important that you really got a feel for these samples. They're actual core samples taken from the roadway. This is not something that's produced in a lab. This particular core sample, this is something that is taken from a roadway. So here you see him pulling it out. He's going to pull this core sample out so that we can do some tests on it later. So there's a core sample right there. So now you know what the difference is between a core sample and something that we mix up in the lab. And then you can see some core samples we've got in the back right here for some tests. Now this particular test, what we're going to do here is we're actually looking at this mix. We want to take this mix and we want to remove all the air from this mix. So we're going to put it under a vacuum, add some water to it, some 77-degree water. You'll notice over on the right side you'll see the temperature is 77 degrees. This bath that we have, we're going to submerge this mix in water. Then we're going to pull a vacuum on it. That's going to remove all the air from the mix. That way we know we've got a very, very tight mix. And so we're going to watch him go through this process. Now we've kind of sped this process up, so we're not going to sit and wait for the entire time. There's some time, as you know, requirements that you got to pull the vacuum for so long, and so we're going to move on through this. Now, one of the things you notice, he's already weighed the bucket by itself. He's got the scale set for the bucket by itself, and now he weighed the bucket and the mix. He's adding the 77-degree water. You can see he added enough water so it completely covers that mix. And now he's going to pull a vacuum on that mix, making sure the seal's good and clean. Pulls a nice vacuum. Got the vacuum started. Gonna lock it in place. And then it's a matter of waiting. We're going to speed through this process a little bit. We've pulled the vacuum for the required amount of time. He's releasing the pressure. And as he releases this pressure, he's going to take it back over. And you can see that he's going to put it back in the bath and take a measurement. This test actually gives us a maximum specific gravity. That's the procedure we just went through. Okay, now we're going into another test. Going to take it out of a dryer. He's got this core sample he just removed from the dryer. This is a bulk specific gravity procedure that we're moving through. He's going to take some measurements on this core sample. He's recording those measurements. He's going to move over, and he's also going to take a weight of that core sample. Takes the core sample and he puts it in the 77-degree bath, and he's going to let that sit, and you'll notice the bubbles. Notice those air bubbles. Once our time has expired, he's going to take that core sample out, and he's going to basically just dry the surface area off. Make sure there's no excess water on the outside surface area. Then he's going to take another measurement. So you've seen a couple of tests that we've run. You've seen how they remove the core samples from the roadway. Now we're going to go into our classroom and we're going to do some of those things also.